ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਗੁਰਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀ ਲੱਖ ਲੱਖ ਵਧਾਈ to all the Sikh Jagat. It's Dr. Majid connecting with you, and for my English speaking subscribers, it's Dr. Majid live from Amritsar, and it is the auspicious day of the birth of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, our first Sikh Guru and disciple in our Sikh Ethas, who spread Sikhism, who taught people how to share, how to Naam Japna, say the mantra of Vaheguru, and how to be kind and to each other. And so it was Kirt Kanna, work with your hands and share your earnings, Vandike Shakna and Naam Japna. These were the three things he was practicing and preaching in all his yatras and pilgrimages from here to Mecca to right up to Nepal and down to south, north of India and far and beyond towards the south. So it was his auspicious day, his birth, and we were celebrating that at Harmandir Sahib this morning. I was there at 3 a.m. and I managed to load up quite a few beautiful videos, even of the Granth Sahib being brought up on the Palki Sahib. I hope you managed to enjoy that. We went to a few gurdwaras. The others I've already been to. Check those out on my Facebook, and I hope you've enjoyed them and seen the beautiful surroundings of Harmandir Sahib, so-called Golden Temple by the English people, but we mostly call it Harmandir Sahib Gurdwara, and that was started by Guru Ramdas Ji, and it took many years in his foundation making with the pool around the Gurdwara, never to show any structure fault in the beautiful construction of the Darbar Sahib in the middle of the pool, the nectar, where people actually bathe in the morning or any time during the day, as part of their respect and also their belief, and people have known to heal from illnesses and skin diseases, and with faith they've come out feeling much better having had a bath in the Harmandir Sahib pond and the water around surrounding it. It is only an area designated for bathing that you're allowed to go in. You can't just go into any four sides of the Darbar Sahib pond and the water sarovar jinu apa kehne a, to have a dip in. So having visited the gurdwaras, came back with my foot feeling a bit tired. My right foot had put some very cold water, soaked it, put some balm and cream, tried to rest it up. Feeling a bit better, had langar as well. I'm at the Nishkam Center, Sohoroda, which is the NRI center. This evening I was very saddened to meet a 9-year-old girl. Was she 8 or 9? And asked her a few questions of the history of Harmandir Sahib, why she's here, why we celebrate Diwali. She did not know. She did not know what is a symbol on the Nishan Sahib. She did not know the Char Sahibzade. She did not know anything about the Sacha Sauda. She did not know Guru Nanak Dev Ji's sister's name or the parents. But the parents have brought them here at Harmandir Sahib without even telling them anything about the Sikh history of this place. I think parents in the third generation are so much in the peer pressure of making sure that the children have got the right clothes, or they are, with the norm, and they have a phone. But how to use the phone and how to Google things and source them, search them, to be investigative, to have interest about Sikh Ethas. This is the third child I'm meeting in my round trip from Kenya. which was the 11-year-old child who could not even answer me simple maths questions, and also about the Sikh Ethas, also had his grandmother in the house. This is the duty of parents and grandparents to tell your children Sikh history, Sikh Ethas, get it in the form of an exciting story every night before bedtime or during the day when the child has got the most attention, away from the computer, away from the damn television, away from the nataks that BBN like to watch. It may give you pleasure, but the natak you're making out of your child's and making them ignorant, other than about Panjabaniya, about the Sikh, school education, and about games, and about having a phone in their hand to play. You are making your children ignorant. You're not preparing your children for the cruel world of Western world. When they go into university, they'll be lost in a sea of Western culture, and that is the only thing they'll accept. I know for a fact that from the first week of December, about 60% of the Sikhs' homes will have a Christmas tree in celebration of the birth of Christ. Sadly, you don't even tell your children the history that from the 22nd of December till the 28th of December is the most painful time in the Sikh history. You need to find that yourself if you're not aware, and tell this to your children. So putting a tree up in celebration with the Western culture on the birth of Christ, have you ever thought how sad and painful Sikh history was from the 22nd of December till the 28th, and then onwards, obviously, the birth of Tan Guru Gobind Singh Ji in the January month every year? Ignorance is seriously making your children blank, empty headed, and the only thing they will think about is then about Western culture. Also found out from my driver JP that so much of Jehovah Witnesses are converting Sikhs and Sikh children into Christianity and going and talking to them. Why is it that Jehovah's Witnesses can capture our children, convert them to Christianity, and become Jehovah's Witnesses? What is wrong? Is it mothers? 100%. Is it grandparents? 100%. Who are not sitting and talking to their children with a valuable time about Sikh Ethas, Sikh history? You just have to type in a few words into a sentence and Google will leave it all for you to read. We used to go to the National Library. We used to get books from the Sikh Union in Kenya. We used to get books from the Sikh Federation, who are still doing a mighty job in Southall, Sikh Federations. And they've got a beautiful setup of books you can buy. Not even buying these days, all you need to do is search on the computer if you don't want to have physical books, and you will be able to teach your children a lot about Sikh Ethas, Sikh history, but repeat it. Just saying it once, they can forget about it. The next time, question them why, what, when. If you answer these 3 questions of your child, they will then always remember. If somebody challenges them to say why you have a top knot, or why you as a male have long hair, and they just say, I don't know, my mother told me I have to keep them. What a stupid answer. At the Southall Sikh Federation, there are a huge number of books you can buy. There are classes there as well, and attend them. I think we are lacking Sikh historical classes. I am preaching for about 30 years. When I was in the Hemkund Children's Center, we used to talk to children about Sikh Ethas. They used to take part into the Sikh history. So did my children. There is a serious lack of knowledge and ignorance. Yet I know that Soho Road Nishkam Sevak children are well versed about Sikh history and Sikh Ethas when they are in school, because part of the RE class is about Sikh history as well, and they talk to you about other Sikh Ethas as well. So, friends and folks across the world, if you're a Christian, tell your children about Christianity. If you're a Hindu, tell your children about the Hindu mythology. If you're a Sikh, talk to your children about the Sikh Ethas and tell them how Sikhism came about and how India was not ruled by the Mughals when the Shaheedi of Guru Tegh Bahadur took place. He challenged the Muslims that we will not convert and become oppressed and be forced to convert to Islam. It is for the amazing Shaheedi and sacrifices of the Sikh gurus and their followers that India is not an Islamic state. It would have been fact if our Guru Sahibs did not do Shaheedi. When the Kashmiri Pandits came as cowards to Guru Tegh Bahadur to say they are being forced to convert, Guru Tegh Bahadur said, somebody has to sacrifice their life for the Islamic people to know you cannot force us to convert to Islam. I know that is still being followed across the world. Forceful conversions or girl grooming, huge. Why girl grooming? Because our children and our daughters are not being well versed by the parents. You are not spending time with your children in the evening, on the weekends, and have a family time, a family conversation, and talk aloud about Sikh history, Sikh Ethas. Start from Tan Guru Nanak Dev Ji and move on till about the 11th Guru. They're on with the Rajas and our Raj of Punjab by Maharaja Ranjit Singh, and many beautiful sakhiyan of how Punjab became what it is. And we talk about Khalistan, and there are serious issues that you need to look at and be able to make your children so strong and wise with wisdom of Sikh Ethas and pride to be what they are, so that if somebody challenges them to say, why do you have long hair? Why do you go and bend down at the Gurdwara? And at the Slough Gurdwara, over 30 years, 35 years ago, the Pradhan of the Gurdwara where my children went with the school, after insisting that the school must have an RE class, the fact that my children were the only Sikh children, we then offered them an invitation to come to the Gurdwara, lunch to be provided, which they were shocked. Okay, how much do we have to pay per child for lunch? And they were shocked to see the big pots of beans, chips, dal, and kheer. They had never seen such big pots of communion food, and the fact that it was free langar. I'm sad to say that quite a few langar organizations do langar in UK, but I think very little is said why and where this started from. You need to be able to preach and talk, stand on the stage there whilst you're serving the food. Somebody needs to be talking. Giving leaflets, I think they'll be put in the dustbin. Printing leaflets, very expensive job. And I think 80% of them will be put in the bin. That will be very disrespectful of Sikh Ethas. And also, do not put pictures of our gurus on paper that you think will be put in the bin by people who have no knowledge of how to respect. If you go to every hotel in the Western world, you'll find a Bible. They are still preaching it. You can put the Bible on the floor, you can put it anywhere. When people have no knowledge, they would not know that it's being disrespectful. The reason why we treat our Granth Sahib as our living Guru, which you saw this morning as the on the Palki Sahib. Tomorrow morning, I'll be actually there at 2 a.m. and try to be in the front to get into the Darbar Sahib. Because I've shown you the Palki Sahib, I'll get into the Darbar Sahib for Asaji Diwar and then probably come out well before the Palki Sahib comes and then show you a real close up. And then I move on tomorrow to Talwandi Sabo, Damdama Sahib, where one of the handwritten Granth Sahib is there. I will try And my ardas is that I can do darshan of the Granth Sahib Ji by meeting with the right person whose name and contact I have. So thank you for being here with me today about my grievance sadness, but joy and happiness of the birth of Tan Guru Nanak Dev Ji, who refused to be converted but changed evil people into becoming humbler people, did the Sacha Sauda, and when he also did the refused to tie Janeu and refused to make many Hindu rituals, he always questioned and challenged. And when he questioned and challenged, his parents realized, and Bebe Nanki, that Tan Guru Nanak Dev Ji was not an ordinary child. And his teacher also realized that this child is an extraordinary child in studying and education. So, a lot of beautiful Sakhis of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, onward Sakhis of other Guru Sahibs. Every place in India where our Gurus went, you can hear in the background fireworks. There is a historical reason why that Gurdwara cropped up and why it was built. So, our history is so beautiful that we even have the exact spot where this ithas or this ritual or some miraculous thing happened. I'll be also going to Manikan Sahib and tell you the story of why langar is being made in hot boiling water, which is coming the heat from the stones underneath. The water in the sarovar, which is for women, is different and men is different. It is so hot. I intend to actually have a dip in that water. I've had been there twice before, and I was very silly to have gone to the middle of the pond at 3 a.m. in the morning to find it was so hot in that area that I quickly came out towards the edge. Otherwise, I had a fainting spell. It was so warm. Yet I love hot water, anything up to 65 degrees. Shower water to 70 is what I like. A lot of fireworks happening. There was a 6:30 display. I couldn't get to because I was doing a consultation for a patient. For tomorrow morning, we'll take you to Darbar Sahib again. Join me. We'll take you down into the Darbar Sahib and show you the Palki Sahib coming down with the Granth Sahib on, which is our throne, and also do your close up of the Akal Takat and Miri Piri, the two swords that are there and the symbols and what they mean. So for now, I've had dinner and I hope you too have had a pleasant day. Temperature out here is between 28 to 32, very blissful this evening as well. A minor breeze which is cooling, enough to wear cotton clothes and walk out without a jacket and a jumper. So for now, I'll say goodbye. Thank you. I'll have a good rest now and join up with you at 2 a.m. tomorrow, Wednesday morning. Thank you. God bless you. And I hope my little information I've given the parents will reach out and understand that this is not to criticize them. This is for them to realize we're doing something wrong and we need to improve it. It's called constructive criticism. Take care of yourself and each other. Goodbye. Bye bye.